And welcome to this edition of Coach Derwin Wright Sports Show. And Coach, big homecoming win on Friday night.
Oh, it's an awesome homecoming week. As a coach, a lot of times you don't like homecoming week. There's so many distractions, but we had this community behind us. One of the bigger crowds. I've been doing this for a long time. One of the biggest crowds turned out, and the weather was great. A lot of exciting things happened during homecoming, and just a great homecoming, and awesome game. The kids, I can't say enough about how well the boys played.
We'll take a look at that game, plus we'll look ahead to this week's huge Sequatchie County region game right after this.
For more than a century, Union Bank has been serving the people of Fentress County. Now, as we begin a new chapter in our history of service, we want to take this opportunity to reassure you that while our building may be new, we're still the same friendly people you have known for years. Union Bank, the same people, the same goals, and the same commitment to you. Union Bank, your locally owned hometown bank for more than a century, growing to meet your needs. Equal Housing Lender Member FDIC.
And back here, Coach Derwin Wright. And, Coach, your guys got off early on Friday night and had no mercy.
Well, we thought, Wartburg had won 3 games. They was on a 2-game winning streak coming in, and we knew we had to get some pressure on that quarterback. And guys just responded and, got some great hits on him. And the next thing you know, he's out of his game. And to me, that was their offense. And, the defense played outstanding. And then, Thomas Miller and Cole Cooper, they couldn't have had a better first half. And just, they ran and cut, and Cole was making cuts, and just offensive line, everybody, just a great execution of what we wanted to do.
Offensively, it seemed like everybody was clicking. We saw once when Josiah went through the middle, one of the Wartburg defenders thought discretion was a better part of out and just stepped out of the way.
Well, Josiah's a big old running back. He's a stout kid, and if you're gonna hit Josiah, you better hit him the right way, because if you hit him up high, you're probably gonna pay a price for it.
Defensively, you shut their run game down completely. I don't think they had any yards running hardly at all, and very few passes.
Well, the quarterback, again, was one of the main runners, and we knew this quads formation. They put 4 receivers on one side and isolate one on the other side. And for 2 games, we watched teams leave one kid on that single receiver, and they got 2 or 3 touchdowns off that. So we decided we were going to cover him up. They could throw it to the quad side. We walked our linebacker out and said, hey, if they get 2 or 3 yards, they get 2 or 3 yards, which they did that. They did that some early on. And then we were able to start reacting, getting up there and stopping even the 2 or 3 yard game. But we didn't let them isolate us one-on-one with the defensive back, and I think that was a big key. And then the heat that came from up front, we blitzed a lot and got pressure on him. And a quarterback that I've always heard the best pass defense is a quarterback on his butt.
Coach, it all started with the special teams. That very first special teams play set a tone for that game, and it never ended.
Well, we always say, welcome to the mountain. And for all of us guys that played here, we want to be known to be a physical football team. And I think Landrick Lefew on that first kickoff, he welcomed the guy to the mountain. I mean, he laid a hit on one of their top players, and, good legal hit, and just a great job covering the kickoff. And, I think that set the tone, and it went from there.
Coach, it seemed as though everybody was saying, even your second and third strings, when you got them in, they looked awfully impressive.
Well, it's so frustrating. We call, and we know when you start getting to your third string and some of your JV, you're going to have a problem with getting kids in and out and all that. But when we went to the second offense, I called the second offense, and one of our tight ends didn't go out. And I said, hey, guys, we work this every day. The second offense works pretty close to as much as the first offense. And, I said, we can't have that happening. And then from there on, it got a lot better. The coaching staff did a great job of rolling kids in and out, and we were able to get everybody in and get some playing time. But the best thing was, like you said, they come in and they execute it, and they show you what the future could be.
Especially the one play where the little Barger boy, the backup quarterback, he made a great read and took the outside, and nobody was within 20 yards of him.
No, he's a very good little athlete, smart player. He's going to make a tremendous veer quarterback as time goes by, and it's a quick read, but he just seems to have a knack for it, and he makes the right read. And, the first 2 times he ran it, the guy stepped up. He gave the ball to the fullback, boom, boom, boom. Evan Tompkins got a couple good runs. Came down the 3rd time when we were coming back the other way. He stuck it in the belly, and the guy closed down on the fullback and pulled it and got around the edge and made a tremendous run, and just a great play by him.
Your second team defense also looked very impressive.
Oh, yeah, they got after it. Those guys are hungry to play, and, we've got a JV game today. They're going to Upperman today, and then we got one at Crossville next week. We've not been able to get as many JV games as wanted. We're going to play the second one and the third one this week and next week, and, we like to always play 5 or 6, but just have had trouble getting them. And what's going on, it's going on at every school. You've got a shortage of bus drivers, so it's hard to get drivers. But this being a fall break week, we're out of school. We're able to get our buses, and, we've got, like I said, we got one this Monday and next Monday, and so they're going to get a lot more playing time. But they was excited to get on the field, and who wouldn't in that atmosphere? We just had a huge crowd. The live flight helicopter coming in, landing. It was just a great night for York football.
It was definitely an impressive night and a good game to get back on track.
It was, and we needed that. I'm still disappointed, as most people are, the Upman game, and not taking anything from them. They did a great job coaching and having their kids prepared, and, they just outplayed us. But, we've got you mentioned it earlier, we've got second place. We're playing for it Friday night, and, the team that wins that one's going to be probably hosting at home. And so that's what we're fighting for with a good Sequatchie County team. They've got 2 losses, but they've lost to 2 ranked opponents. South Pitt, who's ranked in the top 3 in their league, and then you've got Meigs County, who's in the top 5 or 6 in 2A. So, they're a good football team.
Well, we'll take a look at that team. We'll take a look at the Sequatchie County Indians coming up right after this and how important the region game is. But first, this break.
For more than a century, Union Bank has been serving the people of Fentress County. Now, as we begin a new chapter in our history of service, we want to take this opportunity to reassure you that while our building may be new, we're still the same friendly people you have known for years. Union Bank, the same people, the same goals, and the same commitment to you. Union Bank, your locally owned hometown bank for more than a century, growing to meet your needs. Equal Housing Lender Member FDIC.
Here where Coach this week we just I don't like to bring up bad memories, but last year we were 1 point away from being at home all the time, so we want to pick up a big win here and get a win that'll keep us at home at least that first round of the playoffs.
Well, this game last year at Sequatchie was a huge game for us because, like you said, we had lost that one point game against Smith County, and we were playing them for a chance to be in a 3-way tie. And we beat them down there in a really good, hard-nosed football game. Sequatchie County, they've got one of their best running backs back, number 45, who is a lot like Josiah Headings. He's a big kid. He's got good footwork. He's stiff arms. You got to get down low and tackle him. You're not going to come in high and tackle him. He's going to stiff arm you. I've got him on film. Smith County used a stiff arm and just buckling a couple of their kids and running through them. So, he's the quarterback, number 1. He's a good, looks to be a good quarterback. They're throwing the ball on top of the run game. They're throwing the ball well. So, they're a double wing and a wing T team, very similar to us. And, and we match up a lot. Their quarterback's a lot like our quarterback. Their fullback's a lot like our quarterback. Number 5, who's one of their wing backs, good runner, good receiver. So it's going to be a interesting ball game.
It's not going to be quite what we saw last year from Sequatchie County. I think they got a new program, or a new coach down there, and it's a little bit different this year.
Yeah, Coach Wattenberger, who was at Stone, who run the double wing, he took the Sequatchie County job. He left Stone, took the Sequatchie County job, and they're a 3-3 stack defense, and they're a wing T, shoe-to-shoe type split offense like we are. So, it's not every day that I go against the mirror of what I'm doing. So, it's going to be an interesting football game to coach, and be an interesting chess game as coaches do things to adjust to what each other's doing. So it's one I'm looking forward to. I'm glad it's at home, but it's a huge game for us. This game again, the winner probably is going to host the first playoff game at home. The loser's going to probably be on the road. So our kids know we're playing for that, and I'm sure their kids will know that too. So it ought to be a good football game.
Coach, it's one thing when you run the same offenses. Your defense knows exactly what's coming, but it's still going to be hard to stop.
Well, and theirs are, but again, we don't run this offense because it's easy to stop. It's a misdirection. It's a quick hitting offense, and defensively on the D line, if you're standing up, you're in trouble. And teams are going to have to dig in and get after it. And I like I said, it's going to be a challenge for us. I think it's a challenge for them. The scout teams are going to be easy this week because your second team's going to know what they're running for the most part. But they do a few different sets than we do. They get in a T set, which reminds me of the old Scott County T that Scott County used to run. But you're running a lot of similar stuff off of it. So, we both know the offense. So, to me, it's going to come down to the kids that go in the game and they learn what to do, and they're executing the best.
Coach, what are you going to have to do to move it against them since they're going to be pretty much used to playing against it?
Well, I don't think you do. I don't think you outsmart yourself. You just got to execute. You got to execute. They will slant on defense a lot, like we will, and one thing is to figure out what they're slanting to and why they're slanting, and I think when you figure that out, that gives you an advantage to know, okay, they're slanting here, so this is going to open this up, that that type of stuff. But it's going to be a chess game.
Give us some numbers to look for Sequatchie.
Well, like I said, 45-1, 4-5, all good players. Defensively, they're like us. They're having to play a lot of kids both ways, but they've got looking on the sideline, they had about 64, 65 kids out. So I know this guy when Coach Wattenberger came, there's a lot of kids that wouldn't play and that came back out for whatever reason, and those are three guys that really do most of the work for them. It's kind of like us, we got 11, 46, 24, and 16. So, we've got to stop one. We've got to stop 4 and 5, and we've definitely got to stop the big fullback 45.
And when it comes to special teams this week, that could be the difference. If it's two evenly matched teams, who can kick the ball may come down to who wins the game.
I think you're very, very correct in that the team that makes a mistake in the kicking game or has a turnover or two, that could decide this ball game. And we've got to make sure that we're strong in the kicking game and that we're executing, and and we've got to continue to work on our passing game. The passing game's there. We've just got to get our timing down. So, they throw the ball pretty good. They don't throw a lot, but when they do, they're putting it on it. So, we just got to be ready.
We mentioned the region, of course. This game, a win here, and you're going to pretty much almost secure a home football game. Still got Cannon County yet to play, but how important would it be just to get that home playoff game?
Oh, it's always crucial in playoffs. The home team, you're playing in your place. You're not traveling an hour and a half, 2 hours. It's just But of course we've been road warriors this year. Either way, we got to get ready to play. But again, we've got 3 tough games in a row here. We've got Sequatchie County, we've got Livingston, and we got Cannon County. And right now, the only thing I'm worried about is Sequatchie County. We've got to get that one and go from there. But we're coming off of a bounce back win and a great homecoming, so I don't think motivation is going to be a thing we got to worry about this week. We just got to make sure we get sharp.
And we got that 12th man. We had a 12th man like you would not believe the other night, and we need it for sure this Friday night.
Absolutely. Somebody asked me if it was the biggest crowd, and I said, well, the times that I've coached in 2007, we had probably one of the biggest gates, and that was a second-round playoff game against Smith County, and that was almost an $8,000 gate. The other night, I think it was almost a $6,000 gate. So, it was tremendous to see the turnout we had, and it was just the same as the parade. I was telling my wife as we were going through the parade that I had two of the other players with me, and I looked at them. I said, "Guys, I've been going through this parade ever since I was in high school." And I said, "This is the biggest crowd I've seen." I said, "If all these folks show up tonight, you're going to be playing at a packed-out house," and it was. And just a fantastic job by our community. And then, we had some pregame festivities. We were worried there for a while. The live flight helicopter came in, and they were supposed to be here right at kickoff. Well, they were running about 4 or 5 minutes late. Obviously, we knew it would be canceled if they got on a call, but they had actually was returning from a call and was in contact with Michael Paul Beatty, who set that up for us, and Chris Anderson, and they said they're going to be 4 or 5 minutes late, and the ref said, "Hey, it's not every day we get to do this. We'll be fine." And to see that, and then from there with the way the game went, just a great night of football.
And this week, temperature's going to be dropping down. It's going to feel like football weather.
Absolutely, I'm glad. 2 weeks ago 3 weeks ago, I guess, Smith County game, it was as hot as it could be. And then it's raining and cold, and we couldn't get hardly any practice in going into Upperman. Our practice field's got 2 inches of water on it. And then last week, we're out there, and it's summertime again. It's hot as blue blazes, and, you just up and down. But that's one hard but yet neat thing about coaching football. You start, and it's in the 90s, and you end, and you hope you end, and it's in the 30s, because then you've went a long way in the playoffs. But, we're finally going to get some football weather, Gary.
Well, Coach, I want to thank you for joining us, and best of luck Friday night as you host Sequatchie.
Thank you.
That's going to do it for this edition of the Coach Derwin Wright Sports Show. Be sure to turn out Friday night. It's a crucial region matchup as the Sequatchie County Indians come to town, and the Dragons need you there as that 12th man. Until then, for 15104 Sports, I'm Gary Clark. See you at the game.